Alright, so right here, at this intersection of the trail here, there's actually a road, but we've got some kind of animal bone that looks like it might be where the heel was. And then there's another one right there. See? Yeah, that's part of the foot. Wow, that's crazy. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning.
Wet, rainy morning. It rained all night. Packed up a wet tent. You know, it's one of those nasty days. So we're getting started really early. It's 6 a.m. So we know we have rain coming later in the week, so we want to see if we can do more miles today. So I don't know how much filming I'll do today in the rain, but we'll let you know how far we go. Yeah, our first view. It's supposed to be sucked in like this all morning and then clear later. So. Alright, so we are now on the other side of the 11-mile dry area, and I'm going in to get water. The spring is about 1/10 of a mile off trail.
My backpack is squeaking and it's telling me, you should stop, you should stop, you should stop.
Yeah, I think we're just about done for the day. Next campsite. All right, we did 13.7 miles today.
Yay me.
Yep, that's a mile more than you've ever done before.
Wasn't easy.
And we did that because we know it's supposed to rain tomorrow night into the next morning. So we wanted a shorter day so that we could get the tent set up before it rains tomorrow.
Yep,
And kind of
hunker down.
Yep.
Yep.
So let me show you our little campsite that we finally trudged into. So we found this little spot among the trees. So that'll be our campsite for the night. Good morning, everyone. So we just left camp. It's about almost sunrise. I can see the sky getting pink. We are heading up our first hill to a water source that's about a mile away. We stopped a little short of it last night and used the majority of our remaining water to make dinner. So we're going to head over to that water source and fill up before continuing on. Our goal is to stop earlier today. We're probably going to do somewhere between 7 and 9 miles because there's supposed to be a thunderstorm coming in later. So we'll see where we end up. Well, not the best water source I've seen, but it'll make do. It's actually flowing pretty quick. It is really windy here, though. Breakfast with a view and some sunshine. See with the other trees in the background, but we've got a completely horizontal tree and then these little trunks that came out of it just go up. It's crazy. And look at this one. And so many of the trees are like this. We've decided to call this the Twisted Forest. This, and you know, it's huge. Let me get a perspective shot. Yeah. This is an anthill. Look at all the ants moving around. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Camp here. And it's supposed to thunderstorm. And everything's going to come right down that hill, right at our tent. So we're going to look for something better and move on. So this is what we settled on as a campsite. We got a nice little log barrier, and it's supposed to have a big thunderstorm tonight. So this is much better. It doesn't look like half the earth will come down on us. We've got a nice little sofa seat over there. This is the little creek, which is our water source. Apparently cold. So we're gonna gather some water and clean up a little bit. It still looks peaceful now, but right after dinner, we secured ourselves inside our tent as the clouds rolled in, bringing with them a severe thunderstorm and a flash flood watch. Good morning.
Morning.
So we survived the storm. It was, wow, it was some storm.
Pretty big.
Yeah, lots of lightning and thunder, and long for a thunderstorm. I mean, it, lightninged and thundered for over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then
Which I only slept through about half of that.
Yeah, no, you did great. It was my husband's first thunderstorm in the tent. He's never experienced that before. But yeah.
Not fun.
And then it rained for a little while after that. The tent did great, kept us dry. A lot of condensation on the inside, and I already, toweled it off twice and wrung it out. So we'll be, packing up a wet, muddy tent this morning.
Fun.
Everything out there is still wet. The leaves are all wet. So, but we're going to get a late start this morning. We have a short day. There's a lake up ahead, and we want to spend part of the day by the lake. Yep. So we're just going to take our time. All right, the forest is all wet this morning, but the sun is out. So hopefully we get to the lake, be able to dry out all our gear. It's all wet and drippy this morning. Very pretty though. While we were hiking along that morning, I ran into two people that I recognized from the backpacking community, Mary Poppins and Chiquita. And although I had never met them in person, they are friends of friends. It's such a small world, and I'm so glad I ran into them on trail. This is the marsh around Twilight Lake. There's a cool little camping spot in that island in the middle. And the lake is right over there. Doesn't look like there's any easy access to the lake. Fella. Yeah. Alright, so this is our setup for tonight. Came up from that valley back there, and we're right here by the lake. And we are making dinner. The bad news is we're out of fuel. So we have to do a little rearranging and figure out what we're going to have tonight, because we can't heat up what I had normally planned. All right, so we're eating tomorrow's lunch for dinner tonight, and we have plenty of snacks to have to get us through tomorrow.
Not a bad deal.
Nope. All right, we're standing here watching the sun drop behind the trees. It's our last night on trail, just sitting by the lake and enjoying it. Good morning, everyone. It is our last morning. We have about 8.5 miles to the trailhead at Snoqualmie Pass, and then we'll be back in civilization again. Getting close. There's the interstate. We're headed down there. Our first thought was that there was a new forest fire breaking out, and the helicopter was bringing water to help fight it. As it turns out, we were approaching the backside of the ski slope, and the helicopter was flying in buckets of concrete for a new project that they were working on. Right, we made it to Snoqualmie Pass, and we checked into the Summit Inn. We're going to be picked up in the morning by Lolly and Pop. You can see we've got kind of a gear explosion going on in the room. So we're going to get some dinner and use the hot tub. We just had a shower, so that's it. All right, we are back in Central Washington with our friends Lolly and Pop in their RV. And we're staying with them for a couple of days at the end of our backpacking trip. I found that this year's section was very different than last year's section. There were many more fire burn areas this year. Last year there was only one. This year there were loads of them. I also found the terrain to be significantly easier and less challenging this year. The uphills weren't as long and the downhills weren't as long, and just the terrain itself was easier and kind of straight path. Part of that maybe because it was chillier this year and we didn't have the heat wave, but I did find the terrain a whole lot easier this year. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us, and I hope you'll join me for my next adventure.